Hello everyone, I'm Nini FC and this is Blue Line TV. Welcome to another Chelsea Transfer Daily video. I've got a few stories worth talking about today. I'm going to be talking about some Chelsea news and I'm going to be talking about Pickford, Zaha, plus other players as well. But you guys, you know what to do by now. Smash that like button, help me get more than 500 likes for today's video and press the bell notification button as well to stay tuned to all things Blue Line TV. Now, starting with the Chelsea news, I'm going to be talking about Morata, Pedro and Ruben, starting with Morata. Now, a few of you guys already know, but just for people that don't know what's happened, Morata does have a new shirt number. He will be wearing the number 29 shirt, and you might be thinking, well, why has he done this? Well, it was pretty obvious. His wife just gave birth to 2 baby boys and they were born on the 29th. So it's more of a symbolic effort from Morata. I don't think it's got anything to do with, the number 9 shirt being a curse and, Morata not living up to the pressure. Of course not, with Morata, I think by now we should understand that he is very family orientated and it makes quite a lot of sense that he would do something like this. But now that the number 9 shirt is freed up, it is very interesting. Now, of course, I released that Martial video. I spoke in that video in regards to his brand, AM9. Now, if a deal does potentially go through and get finalised, this could be perfect for Martial. And this could be another negotiation point that we do have to really try and, force things through. And in a sense, with Morata swapping his shirt number, it's kind of like killing 2 birds with 1 stone. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. We've got about 7 days left of this transfer window. Things will get hectic. I'm hearing some things as well. On Monday, I will be releasing a lot more Transfer Daily videos. Of course, with the Man City game and the previews coming up over the weekend, I don't really have any time to make any Transfer Daily videos, so apologies for that. Moving on to Ruben, and he came out again stating that if he doesn't get the game time, he's going to probably leave on loan to a European club. Now, you guys, of course, he's going to say that. It's made a lot of sense. I've been saying on this channel for a very long time, there's a possibility that Ruben could have left on loan. I've told you guys about interest from teams like Lyon in France, with Olas being a big fan of Ruben. And Chelsea obviously potentially thinking that, well, if he ever did leave on loan, he needs to be playing for a club that is playing in Europe. And with what Ruben's basically coming out with stating today, it does make a lot of sense and it just backs up all of the information that I have been telling you guys. Now, before anyone starts to panic, this is probably Ruben just really trying to make sure that promise me game time. I don't want my times to be wasted. It's kind of like an ultimatum. And to be honest, with the efforts that Chelsea have been putting in recently, when you're looking at guys like Golovin and you're not even thinking to use them for the midfield position, in a way that does reinforce the idea that, Chelsea do have faith in Ruben Loftus-Cheek and they do want to give him a chance this season. Now, Sarri came out today speaking about Ruben, saying that I've only seen this guy play 4 times. Now, he knows about him already, but of course when it comes to training, it's completely different. It's about getting acclimatized to a new style of play and a new way of playing. And I think positives already in the fact that Sarri used Ruben as a number 8 in midfield. He didn't use him out wide on the left or the right or up front. He used him in his natural position as a box-to-box midfield player. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens. And I'm excited to see what happens with Ruben. And just to talk about Pedro as well, Pedro signed a new 1-year contract. And just to end with Pedro, he did sign a new 1-year deal. It surprised everyone and, it comes in stark contrast to everything I've been hearing about Pedro, especially before the window opened. Now, he was one of the favourites to be leaving the club from everything I've been hearing. He had a lot of strong interest from clubs in China. But let's be serious, just because he signed a new 1-year deal, it doesn't really mean anything. Now, the cynical part of me might be thinking, I know that in January windows, we tend to sell quite a few of our players. That's when the Chinese transfer market does open as well. We've seen quite a few Spanish players move to Asia recently. Would I be surprised if anything happened? Would I be surprised if Chelsea are thinking, we want to give you a contract so your market value can stay high? I'm not going to be surprised by that, We are a very business orientated club and it makes a lot of sense to do something like that if Pedro isn't going to be leaving in the next few days. And when he does potentially leave, you want to make sure that you can get some money back from him. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. I'm not the biggest fan of Pedro, if I must say so. I feel that he is a player that is on the decline. But with how our window's going so far, I see this being, a contingency plan by Chelsea as safeguard. I don't think Pedro will be the guy starting week in, week out, but I think he will play a squad role. He will be the backup guy on the right-hand side, and it'll be interesting to see. Now, leaving Chelsea news, moving on to the other transfer news, starting with Jordan Pickford. Now, I do have a bit of an exclusive on him. I was told this a few days ago, and basically Chelsea have had informal talks with Jordan Pickford, and I do know that Jordan Pickford wants to come to Chelsea. He's told people at Everton that if a deal does happen, he's, very willing to join Chelsea. But you guys, that's all the news I have on this development. It was pretty similar to the last video I released on Zaha, where I spoke about the fact that yes, we did bid 30 million plus Drinkwater, and surprise, surprise, all the news outlets and media reported the same story. Now, I'm going to give my thoughts and opinions on this development. Now, before anyone starts to panic or anyone worries, let's be realistic now. There's a lot of major stumbling blocks that would stop a deal for Pickford happening. Number one, Everton can't get a replacement in time. Number two, his price is going to be at a premium because he performed well during the World Cup, and Everton can't find a replacement right now. And the last reason, let's not forget, this is Everton. We've been struggling so much to sign anyone from them. We struggle with John Stones. We struggle with Lukaku. We even struggled with Ross Barkley. It took us until the window in January to try and sign the guy. So unless we're going to bid something stupid like 70 million for Pickford, there's no way in hell this guy will be coming. And this is quite interesting because it does bring up Courtois in this situation. Now, in my personal opinion, I feel that the guy will be staying this season. I can't imagine Chelsea signing someone in time before the window does end and then selling him to Real Madrid. I don't think Chelsea will be happy to sell Courtois for the price. I think Real Madrid are trying to play a low ball. They're trying to offer less than 35 million for Courtois. Chelsea want at least 50 to 40 million for him. And I see it being a situation where Chelsea could say to Courtois, you know what? Stay with us for one more season. We'll let you leave at the end of the season. Sign a new contract so we can get maximum market value for you, and we'll happily let you go. So I kind of see the situation being played out like that with how circumstances are looking right now. Moving on to Wilfried Zaha. Yes, you guys, I was saying this earlier in today's video. I was the first one to break that. We did offer Drinkwater plus 30 million for Zaha. So all you guys reading it during the press probably weren't surprised whatsoever. That bid was turned down. Typical, of course it is. Crazy offer when you think about it. We spent 35-40 million on Drinkwater and we're offering that as well for Zaha. Crazy. Now, reports are coming out that obviously Zaha would want to sign for Chelsea, especially because it means that he can stay in London and he's ready to move on to a bigger and better club. Now, reports also stating that he's rejected a new contract from Crystal Palace. They offered him a contract worth 125k per week, which he turned down. And reports are stating that Zaha could go as far as asking for a transfer request. Now, what's my thoughts and opinions on this story? I feel that Zaha is ready for a new move. I think the guy is very underrated. He's one of those players that people will always criminally underrate, and anytime they think of Zaha, and Zaha will always be one of those players that is always going to be criminally underrated. And I feel that anytime people think about him, they think about Zaha from 5 years ago, and sometimes I don't understand why people just can't think more critically and objectively. But it does give us an indication of our transfer window and the type of positions we're looking to sign. So it still looks like we're trying to sign someone up front and someone for the right wing position as well. We've spoken to so many players, in particular Pulisic was definitely a target that Chelsea were speaking to, and it does bring question marks in regards to Willian. Now, yes, Sarri said that he would love to work with him. If you're a manager and you've just signed for a new club, of course you want to be in the good books of all of your players. Let's say worst came to worst, Willian did stay. You're going to have to work with the guy, so you can't be saying nonsense like, oh, good riddance, I don't need him, blah, blah, blah. But you guys, we're going to have to watch this space to see what happens with these developments. And just to end with the final story, Michy Batshuayi has been linked with a move to Atletico Madrid and Valencia as well. Now, this is coming out from L'Equipe, a sports publication in France, and they're saying that Atletico are potentially looking at a loan move for him, and Valencia are also looking for a long-term loan move with an option to buy at the end as well. You know, they're going as far to say that with Valencia. Valencia are trying to gas Michy up by telling him, you know what, we've got a 4-4-2 system where it is very similar in style to how you were being used at Marseille. You playing alongside Zaha up front could be great for you. You get consistent game time. We're a club on the rise again. We've got a lot of great young players as well. So it's definitely something for Michy to consider. And Valencia have been speaking to him for a while. Now, when it comes to Atleti reports, there isn't anything substantial to these reports. That doesn't mean it's a lie. It probably just means that Atletico looks at him as an alternative for anything. It probably just means that Atletico have been monitoring Michy Batshuayi. I don't know why. I mean, they've got Griezmann, Costa, Vieto just came back as well, and Gamara's there on top of that. So it would seem to be a bit overkill, and I can't imagine Michy wanting to leave Chelsea to sign for Atletico Madrid, where you've got Griezmann and Costa ahead of you. Still, Sarri has been giving Michy some confidence in the sense that he has said that he would like to work with him. I think that Michy can do very well in this system as well. I'm looking forward to him coming back and seeing what he can really do. In a way, it's a shame that he's not back already for pre-season, where he does have a chance to show what he can do. But, you know, we do have one more pre-season game to come before the new season does start. But anyway, you guys, that's going to end today's Transfer Daily video. Please like, comment and subscribe. Make sure you watch my latest video I released today. 5 talking points in the Arsenal game. I use a lot of footage and I use a lot of insight as well. So you guys will definitely like it. I'm trying to do something new with my content here. So please support it and give it a watch. Thank you for watching. I'm the INFC. This is Blue Lines TV. Signing out.